Hello and welcome to Programming with Rakesh. In the last video, I have discussed what is an API, how it works. So in summary, API, which is application programming interface, is used to communicate between two different systems, two different applications. In this video, I am going to explain a simple example of JavaScript which is used to communicate with a API, and that API will return a JSON data, and that JSON data will be consumed in HTML web page. So let me share my screen and show you the example. As you can see here, we have this web page with the output of API data as heading, and below that we have a UL tag, unordered list, which contains some data. This data is basically coming from this post API, and this API is giving us lots of data in the form of JSON. And the API that we are calling is this one. This is JSON placeholder.typecode.com and /post. So you can use this API, which is universal API. You can consume it from your web application. That will give you this JSON data. Okay, so how we have written the code? Let me go directly to the code here. So this is the code. This is your HTML web page, and you can see we have this h2 that displays the heading, and then we have UL tag that have the ID post. In this post ID, we are going to generate the list. So how we are going to generate the list? First, in the script, we will be fetching this JSON. Okay, so we are going to use this fetch method to fetch the data that is coming in the form of JSON. So this is the API URL that we need to put here. Whatever the API that you want to consume will be coming up here, and then we will use dot then, which will return a promise, and it will give us the data. The data will be converted into JSON using dot JSON, and finally we get the data, and this data will be sliced down to 10. So basically, out of those hundreds of records, we are only going to print 10 records. So we will use this slice method. Okay, and for each, using for each, we are going to iterate over the post. So we have lot of records here. Each record we are going to call as a post, and what we are going to fetch here, post dot title. So you can see here we have lot of data, and for each object we have different properties. We are going to fetch this title property. So total 10 records, and for each record we are going to fetch the title and display in the list. So we fetch the title using post.title, and we will use li.text contained, and this li is basically an element that we have created using JavaScript, and we are going to append that into this list. So finally what we are left with, we have generated the list of 10 records, and all the titles will be printed in this li. So this is how we can communicate with an API, get the data, and show in our HTML web page. This is a very, very basic example. Still, if you have any confusion, do write your question in comments. I will be resolving that. So let us meet in the next video. Till then, thank you and bye-bye.